Hi guys, welcome to Soul Connections. I'm your host, Jo Labbé. We're here on Wednesday evening, and we're all about clearing and really doing what it takes to move our energy, replenish ourselves. And, as light workers, lots of times we don't take time for our own self-care. So that's what this is here for, that you can watch it whenever you need it and whenever you need that boost to reconnect with your spiritual team and allow the healing to flow through you. So, we are going to be doing a clearing meditation first, and then I will be pulling cards from this deck this evening. It's the Peace Oracle deck. I'm trying to keep the shine off of it. Sorry about that. So the Peace Oracle deck is by Tony Carmen Salerno and Leela Williams. And I like this deck for what's been going on because it's guidance for challenging times. And I think a lot of people have been going through some really difficult things, lessons, aspects of lessons that they've been working through. And so this is giving us a clue as to what's up and what can I do to start shifting this energy, or what lesson is up so that I understand, how long am I going to be in this energy? Because there's a lot of clearing going on. So if you would like a card drawn for you after the meditation, just type in yes, please. And I will pull your cards pull for you as they come up in our, oh my goodness, I lost the word for it. In our feed here in the broadcast booth. I don't know what you want to call it. So I'm here as part of Star Nation's radio network, and we're broadcasting through Be Live TV, which goes out into Facebook land. So as part of that, you guys can help share the love and share the healing by liking or loving the broadcast and sharing it to your page, or sending it through Messenger to someone who maybe could use a little boost, or even in a group. Maybe you have a group of people, like-minded spiritual people who would really enjoy connecting to the energy this evening. So if you do that, it helps us get out to others in need. And it helps me with my personal mission, which is to help heal the healers, which is what we're on to for tonight. So, and I want to say a big shout out to my co-pilot, Neshi Lokatz, who's in the house, and she's the one who's going to be helping me with making sure that I pull cards for everyone. Because sometimes when you're in that kind of channel energy, it's hard to pay attention to all the names, and I don't want to miss anyone. So she'll keep that going for us. So my team's telling me to wait for a minute or two and give people a chance to get here. So as I said, if you would like a card pulled for you, just type in yes, please, and we'll make sure to add you to our list. And we are in this energy right now at the end of, August. There's a lot of people who are heading back to school, and a lot of people who are sort of starting their new year. So even though it's September, this can be like a brand new year energy that's coming up. So maybe there's some guidance that you would like on how do you maneuver this next school year, especially if you're affiliated with that energy. If this feels like a new beginning or you're heading into a new season, what can you do, or how can you move forward with ease this next phase or next chapter of your life? How cool is that? All right, I'm going to grab a quick sip of water, and then we're going to get nice and comfy and grounded to do the meditation. All right. So I invite you to take a couple of deep breaths. And I am going to make some clearing noises as we do the healing. Sometimes it sounds like a burp or a squawk sometimes. And that's just me clearing, grounding, and releasing the energy for the entire group. I don't tap into where the clearing is coming from. I'm just excited that someone or some people are able to release some energy this evening that's holding them stuck or holding them back. So we're going to begin by calling in the divine energy. And how you connect to that is your own unique personal flavor. So you may connect to God or Goddess, Creator, all that is, the universe, oneness, consciousness, however you define the divine energy. Just take a couple of moments to feel that connection, to sense the divine presence with you. And we're going to set the intention that this healing meditation is for the good of all and harm to none, including ourselves. And that also connects to the readings that we will be doing as well.
Good.
We're going to ask the divine energy to come in and surround us in a cocoon of divine white light, protecting us and giving us sacred space where we can feel safe to do our own work and free of anyone else's energy.
Good. Good.
And we're going to invite in our spiritual team, our mentors, our guides, our angels, the divine beings and star beings that we work with, and even the elementals and the animals that help us along our journey. We're going to invite our whole team to be present so that we have an opportunity to receive all the healing and all the guidance that we are able to in this moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And we're going to ground our energy in connection to Grandmother Earth. We're going to open our grounding cord of connection to her. And whether we experience that through our feet or our tailbone or from our heart, and whether we sense a cord, a tube, or roots, we want to connect to the deepest center of the earth, all the way to the molten lava, where the original energy of creation is. And anchor our energy there with either a rock or a giant crystal, or imagine a dinosaur bone or something sturdy that can hold you and hold your energy in the deepest, fullest connection with the divine feminine and Grandmother Earth as you can, as well as expanding and opening your connection to the divine masculine above, allowing both to meet within you.
Yeah.
In harmony and balance. Now we're going to begin to call in the divine energy at the top of our crown, above our head. Just gently making room for more energy to flow through easily and fully. Releasing any energy of doubt that may collapse our crown chakra slightly. Knowing in this moment we are fully safe and protected and connected to the highest, fullest, and brightest divine energy available to us. And allowing the energy to come in through your sixth chakra in the center of your forehead, clearing away any spinning thoughts, ideas, beliefs, or patterns. Bringing all your energy into the present moment, releasing any worry that you have of events that have gone by, ways you would wish to change them. And releasing the anxiety of the future and what it may hold and what you have on your to-do list. And just be fully present with yourself in this moment, allowing yourself to focus on your breath, breathing in the divine light, and breathing out what no longer serves you. And opening up your connection to your spiritual team so that you can communicate more clearly, more succinctly, using all 5 of your senses with your intuition, and even connecting to your higher self for that fuller clarity and that innate knowing that happens when all of your energy works together in harmony. Opening up your ears so that you can hear the messages being sent to you in all the different ways that they communicate with you, not just through hearing or seeing. And also opening space for all that you wish and desire and want in your life to be communicated clearly with your team. So that you can manifest your true desires easily and quickly. Releasing all of the tension in your jaw, and if you need to yawn or relax your jaw, allowing your mouth to be open. Letting go of all the energy where you've bitten back words and not said them. Held back any anger, frustration, but anything that may have closed your voice or your self-expression of your true self at any point in time. Making room in your throat for your authentic truth to be spoken, coming directly from your heart and your inner wisdom. Releasing all the tightness in the back of your neck. Allowing that stress that collects there to gently dissolve. Because in this moment, there's no need to carry it with you. And really taking a moment to release all the burdens, all the responsibilities that you've been carrying for others. Having that energy lifted off of your shoulders, and it can be placed there as soon as we're done if you would like. But you don't need to hold it in this exact moment. And even allowing that energy to move down your arms and your elbows and your wrists and your hands. Shaking loose anything that you're carrying in your arms for others, for yourself. Any stuck energy of giving or receiving that has been out of balance and out of sync for you.
God. 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 God.
And moving down into your ribs and into your heart and your lungs, and really making space for pure oxygen to flow through your breath and to move through your bloodstream to nourish all of your organs and all of your tissues, your muscles, your whole being, with this divinely oxygenated airflow. And allowing any grief, sadness, or disappointment to begin to release from your heart. And any shame or blame that you've been carrying for yourself or for others, and allowing that to wash away.
God.
And any that you are carrying for others that isn't even your own. Sometimes we carry the sadness of our family, of the planet, of the animals.
God. God. Prophet.
And connecting to your inner child and making space for the child to feel free of all the burdens and responsibilities, free of any of the old trauma that maybe the child has been carrying for you.
God. God.
Making space for joy and wonder be felt or experienced.
Nothing. 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 Nothing.
Nice. A lot of clearing there. Good job. And now connecting to your inner adult and releasing them from their responsibilities for a moment. Giving them space to breathe, to relax, and to just be, rather than doing, just a simple being.
Nothing. 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 Nothing.
And connecting to the inner warrior and giving the warrior also a break, a moment to be peaceful, and having full gratitude for all the ways the warrior advocates for us and others. It helps us do battle when we need to. But in this moment, the warrior can experience peace and tranquility.
Nothing.
And opening up the warrior's ability to use words to advocate and express what is needed from the highest, fullest vibration the warrior can tap into.
Nothing. Nothing.
And now connecting to your inner wise one, that part of you that you've carried through each and every lifetime, that is connected to the tapestry of humanity, having access to all the knowledge that has ever been accumulated here on the earth plane, and allowing that communication to open so that you can simply access that through a place of knowing when you are calm in your being.
God. 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 God.
And taking a moment to feel gratitude. Fill your heart with unconditional love, acceptance, and forgiveness. To be experienced by you, your inner child, your inner adult, your inner warrior, your inner wise one. And even sending love to your inner critic. And as we move down into the third chakra below the rib cage, connecting with the inner critic and noticing any fear or emotions that are active or being held too tightly within your being,
God,
within your organs, your tissues,
God, God,
even in your back,
God, God, God,
and releasing any anger and frustration, resentment. Resentment energy has been huge for the past few days. Really releasing any resentment you have toward others or that you've received from others.
God,
Any blame or judgment energy that you've been in or experienced.
God, God,
Letting go of any of the righteous anger that you've held on to as well. Because all of your emotional energies are made to be felt in the moment as our radar, our indication of our boundaries being crossed,
God, God,
but meant to be felt and released rapidly.
God, 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 God,
There we go.
God,
A lot clearing there. Take a couple more deep breaths into the belly.
God,
Feel any places that are tight, uncomfortable.
God, God,
Breathe love, light,
God,
forgiveness, and acceptance into those places.
God, God, God,
Beautiful.
God, God,
And also releasing any bully energy that you've encountered, whether you felt compelled to assert yourself in a bullying fashion, or whether you were on the receiving end of that, or just a witness to that energy being present.
God, 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 God,
And beginning to move down into your second chakra
God,
and allowing the energy in the second chakra to activate. Releasing any connections to relationships that aren't in harmony, aren't in balance. Ones that feel unfair, that feel shame attached, blame attached, or resentment attached.
God,
Relationships that drain your energy, leave you feeling depleted.
Got it. Got it.
And the relationship connection can be with people or things.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
So sometimes we have unhealthy connections
Got it.
with money or food or alcohol.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it.
And restoring the water energy to an even ebb and flow.
Got it. Got it.
Connecting through our hips down into our root chakra beneath our tailbone. And releasing any additional energy that creates feelings of insecurity or compromises our safety or stability.
Got it. Got it.
And allowing all of that released energy to move down through your legs, down through the grounding cord, to be composted in the earth or in the molten lava center.
Got it.
Returned back to original creation energy.
Got it.
Now gently calling up the divine feminine energy from deep within Grandmother Earth to come up through our cords and through our roots to begin to fill in all the places where we released old, stuck, dense energy and inviting in the new bright light, that fuller, brighter, higher vibrational energy
Got it.
into our feet and our ankles, our calves, our shins, into our knees, up into our thighs and our hips, filling our whole pelvic floor and all of our manifestation circuit.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Allowing it to move up our spine and through our organs and our digestive system.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
And as it moves up and fills with this bright, healing energy, continuing to release any energy that no longer serves us or any energy that we are carrying that is not ours.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
allowing it to move up through the third chakra, begin to make its way up toward the heart, making room for more love, unconditional love to fill our heart space, connecting us to our transcendental heart or our high heart, so that we can feel the fullness of that or experience the calm and the serenity
God,
of being fully supported by the divine,
God,
allowing that energy to pour down our arms and into our hands, down our shoulders, and also beginning to continue up our neck and into our skull, to the top of our head, and allowing it to pour over and to begin to cleanse, restore, and repair our aura in all of its layers, dimensions, vibrations, and frequencies.
God,
Remembering that our aura is in front of us and behind us, even behind our neck and our head.
God,
It is on either side of us.
God, God,
And it is above us and below us. Many feet above and many feet below.
God,
And feel the healing vibration as it radiates out from you, creating a fuller personal bubble for you to be in. So that you have space to be your true self, your authentic being,
God,
released from any constraints placed upon you by others or yourself.
God,
And now taking a moment to send healing energy down to Grandmother Earth, to fill her, to nourish her for all that she does, to love and support us, to feed us and shelter us, and all the other beings on this planet.
God, God,
And also taking a moment of gratitude with your spiritual team for being present with you to assist you in your healing and opening the communication for guidance to come through.
God,
And now gently bring your energy and your attention back to your breath, to your physical body, the weight of your body. Feel your muscles and your bones, your connection to the room or the space that you're in, your surroundings, what you hear, what you smell, what you see, what your clothes feel like. Really bring yourself back into this space, this moment, as we dissolve our meditation and make space for the messages to come through. Phew, that was a noisy one tonight, huh? There's a lot moving. And I don't know if you guys could hear it, but when we were working on the heart and the third chakra here, it was pouring rain and thundering and lightning. It was like the gods were cleansing us as a group. So I really appreciate all the extra help the divine brought in through the rainstorm to help move all of that energy, because that was quite a bit that was going. So thank you for being present and allowing that releasing to happen for all of us. So that was beautiful. So if you would like some guidance through a card, because I'll be drawing cards now, I'll be using this deck. This is the Peace Oracle, and it's by Tony Carmen Salerno and Leela Williams. And it's nice because it's guidance for challenging times, and I think we've all been having that. And in addition, before we start the card reading, I want to remind people, if you would like to do some in-depth healing work with me, way beyond just the meditation, I will be in person at Star Nations in Tomah, Wisconsin this October. And it's the second weekend in October, the 11th through the 13th. I had to think about it. And I will be there, and we will be doing some in-depth healing work on whatever areas are calling to us as a group. It's a very intimate setting. And then the weekend is followed by table healing. You'll actually get table healing as a group, which is really cool. And I also have some personal appointments before the weekend even starts, where you can have some one-on-one time with me to be able to kickstart your healing if that's something that calls to you. So I'm sure Neshi will post it, or Stephanie, or some magical Star Nations being will put it in the comments so you guys can check that out. All right, so we are going to start with the reading. So the first card is going to go to Cindy Lynn Krantz. So Cindy Lynn, your card, my dear, is Encounter. And the Encounter card comes to us when we're being reminded that we really connect with other people in ways that we aren't expecting. So encounter always to me is this, it reminds me of the chance encounter. And so a chance encounter is when you happen to bump into the right person who has what you need, or has the message, or can answer the question you've been asking your spiritual team. But we don't experience the encounter if we aren't looking and aware. So this is inviting you to, you've been asking for guidance, and they've been trying to communicate with you. So be open to listening to the grocery store clerk that might start talking to you, or somebody in the checkout line, or, you run into somebody that you used to know, and they have the wisdom that you're seeking, because we're often used as earth angels, right? Where other people, the message will come through us to give to someone else. And when that happens, we're often in that place of, I don't know where that came from. But it's often answering what you've been asking. And don't dismiss too, like the angel numbers, or seeing pennies, or feathers, or if you see an animal and it is in that awareness. Those are all messages that they're trying to connect with you. And there's a particular person that you're meant to run into, where there's a collaboration energy that's meant to come together. So that's part of another reason why, to keep your eyes and ears open, and allow your team to bring them to you. All right. Okay. Next, we have Janet Quam. So your card, Janet, this one's a tough one, right? Listen. You know, lots of times our energy is just swirling around. We've got so much going on, and it's just so hard to get grounded enough to just listen to our inner wisdom. But when we can get to that grounded space, all of a sudden we know all the answers. We're like, oh my gosh, that's what was happening. And that has nothing to do with me. And when we can release that sense of taking things personally, you know, because we get, you know, our feelings get hurt or whatever, we get ungrounded and out of our body, and then we have a hard time tapping into our spiritual guidance. So remember to, you know, if anything's coming up that's really stirring your pot, to stop, take some deep breaths, feel as grounded as you can feel, and allow yourself space to listen to your team, listen to your inner knowing, because the answers are all right inside of you. Okay? All right, and Janet's daughter, Lydia. This is a great card for you. So here's the card for your weekend or for the rest of your week. There's a positive outcome. And you know, this is a perfect card for you, right? You are about to experience your wedding this weekend. So even though there may be snafus between now and then, you know, there's always human error that can come into play. And emotions run high, and people can get a little, you know, it's hard to be around certain people for a while, but everything is going to come together beautifully. Everything is going to be just as you dreamed it would be. And so just breathe into that knowing, that inner place of knowing that everything is going to turn out beautifully, and that you can release any worry or anxiety that you may be picking up. And remember, you're very sensitive, so you may be picking up the worry and anxiety of other people around you. So sometimes, you know, as you're going through the next few days before the wedding, I invite you to take a couple of deep breaths. And if you're feeling that anxiety and that worry come in, ask yourself, is this mine? And if it's not, lots of times, all of a sudden, there's this whoosh of energy that releases from you, and then you have space to breathe again. Okay? Congratulations, and have a great time. All right, Kimberly, of course. So your card is heart space. And this is the transcendental heart, or the high heart. It's the little heart within the heart. This is where you're being guided to connect to that higher, fuller love energy, the unconditional love energy, that place where there is no blame, where there is no shame, where you are just in that pureness of the love vibration. When we enter that space, we are differentiated from our inner critic, and we also have space to give others a break. You know, we're all human. We all make mistakes. And what happens is we sometimes get so agitated with others that we get caught up in this tug of war energy. And so that is not where this situation is going to get resolved from. This calls for you to move into the higher heart, to really reach into your heart's true desires, and also to trust the divine and your spiritual team that they will provide for you. The minute you have an ounce of doubt, you know that energy sneaks back away from you. So being in that heart space will allow you to remember that you've got this. The divine has you. You're never alone. You're always loved and supported. All right, Marie. Happy Wednesday to you too. So your card, Marie, is simplicity. And the simplicity card comes in when we're being called to really uncomplicate things. How can you simplify your life? How can you release some of the chaos? There's been this energy of we have to be busy doing things 24/7 to show our worth or show our value. But when we simplify, then we have more room to breathe. And when we have more room to breathe, we actually have more room to manifest what we truly desire. So what have you cluttered your schedule with? What have you cluttered your life with? Look around your home, look around, inside of you. What's cluttered inside of you? And how can you simplify and get back to really less complicated? I feel like we create these complicated schedules that are almost impossible to keep. And then we berate ourselves when we can't do that or can't maintain that frantic energy. So this is calling you to slow your pace down and see how many things you can unclutter out of your life and out of your, just out of your life. So that you can just be you more easily, and actually you'll get a lot more accomplished if you do that. All right. Ashley, of course. So Ashley, your card is creation. So the creation card comes in to let you know that right now you're in this prime energy of creating. So what are you trying to create? How are you directing your creative energy? Because we know whatever we focus on, we create. So is your attention and your intention on what you desire, or is it on what's going wrong in your life? So make sure that your thoughts and your ideas and your focus is on the positive things that you would like to have now and in your near future. Because when we get distracted in people like to complain, but when we complain, we create more to complain about. So this is this energy of what you focus your attention on is what you create. So anytime you feel yourself slipping into negativity, because other people can help us go there real quickly, take a deep breath and realign your thoughts into what you really want to create. And as you make this more intentional shift, things will start to line up more quickly because the creation energy is really on tap for you. So get clear on what you really want to create, and invite your spiritual team to do it with you, and maybe make a game of it, because then the more we let our inner child play with the creation energy, the more rapidly creation happens. All right. Thank you for joining us. All right, Christina. So you have the tapestry card, my dear. So tapestry card comes together. It's like, what are you weaving together as the strands of your life? This is also part of the creation energy. So think of the old weavers who would, you'd have the yarn lined up on the loom, and then you would be feeding more through to create something beautiful, beautiful tapestry, a beautiful blanket. So you hold all those strands, and how you weave it's your own creation. And remember too, are you going to let other people into your creation? Are you going to let somebody take over at the loom? Or is it going to be all you're doing? And it's okay to have a team, weave together the tapestry, but you want to make sure that all the strands are really true for you, and that as the tapestry of you is getting woven, that you feel more and more authentic, more and more clear, and more connected to your truth. And I'm getting this side note that maybe you should look at your profiles and your archetypes more clearly, because maybe they're not in full alignment. Not sure what that means, but we can check that out later. All right, Lisa. Of course you can have a card. This is beautiful for you. So this is release. So notice that the star on the tree is at the throat chakra. And the heart is connected to the all-seeing eye, because the high heart is connected. And the crown is wide open. So this is all about releasing anything, staying fully grounded, being just like the tree. You're fully intent and fully grounded, but really releasing anything that is blocking your upper chakras, blocking your unconditional love and your true essence, and anything that's blocking you from speaking your authentic truth and expressing who you are fully in every way you can do it, not just through words, but through art, and through music and dance, and through creating food and making a beautiful garden or jewelry. However you show up for you, even just how you choose an outfit or how you decorate your home, those are all ways you express you. And you know that when people say to you, wow, that room is so you, or that outfit is so you, right? People can feel when you're in resonance. So you want to be releasing anything that doesn't resonate anymore with you. And unfortunately, as we're moving through our vibrational shifts, things that might have resonated for us 6 months ago may not be anymore. And that doesn't mean we hoard and hold on to it. We lovingly send it forward to someone who it does resonate for. So this is a release of old emotions, old things, old ideas, old beliefs, maybe some things that came in from childhood that just aren't really who you are anymore. I mean, they probably weren't you even then, but you followed them, because we're a good girl when we often, but really release anything that is not you, the authentic Lisa. All right. April. Of course. So April, your card is priority. So the priority card comes in when our team is saying, hello, you need to make you a priority. You've been putting a lot of other people first. You've been people pleasing. You've been trying to take care of a lot of different things, and you're starting to burn the candle at both ends. And it's time to make you the priority. If you don't, who will, right? And we get a lot of resentment when we've been taking care of everyone else, and then we have no time for ourselves. We get overwhelmed, we get exhausted, we get run down, and then we get super resentful. So take a look at how you can start to alter your schedule, alter your thinking, and alter how you interact with others, learning to say no a little bit more often and saying yes to me time. So I'm feeling like you need to find a way every single day for you to have you time. And that may sound overwhelming, but carve out, even if you do 5 minutes 6 times a day where you stop and it's just your time. You get to eat a sandwich in silence. Nobody's around you. You get to just sit in nature and just enjoy every bite. Or you get to take a shower and turn on some music and allow yourself to have some joy to come in as you're doing that. It doesn't have to be, like you've got to go away for a 5 days girls weekend. So that would be cool. It can be little tiny things that start to add to the quality of your life. All right. Okay. Aline. So Aline, your card is reflection. So the reflection card comes in when we've had a lot going on, and now it's time to take a moment to assess that. Look at what the lessons have been. Look at what gifts came out of all the chaos or all of the struggle. And maybe it's too early to find the gifts, but maybe you can see the patterns that we're trying to go, or that you finally said, no, I'm not going to do that anymore for you. Whatever it is, it's time for you to go inward and really just give yourself a pat on the back for all that you've gone through and all that you've learned. Because sometimes we're in such a hurry to get to the next thing, we don't have gratitude for all the things that we've already gone through and made it through, even if it was hard. So this is encouraging you to take some time to find the things that you're super grateful for. And that happens when we are in a space of reflection. And it doesn't have to be in meditation. It can be out in nature. But there is this sense of when we're doing the reflection that we want a little alone time and whatever brings us peace. Some people like to have music playing, or some people like to be out in nature. You know what is the easiest way for you to just connect to your inner self. And it's time for you to do that. Check in. Give yourself a pat on the back. All right, Margaret. Oh, this has been a big theme today. So this is the forgiveness card. Phew, that swirling energy going up, right? The masculine and the feminine energies just moving through, coming into balance. So the forgiveness card comes in when we've had some really heavy energy on our heart. And we all go through that from one time to another. And it's when we're in that place of we wish we could have done something different, or, we wish that things didn't happen with other people the way they did, or we could take back what we said, or any of that. But it's forgiving yourself for being a human being, forgiving yourself for allowing circumstances to come up that were uncomfortable. But remember, we learn and we grow and we move from uncomfortable situations. When we're too comfortable, we're not willing to move and to grow and to change. So forgive yourself for, some of the creations that maybe you weren't so happy with in our creation energy, because we don't always create everything magically beautiful. And unicorns or whatever. Sometimes we create things that we're not real happy about. And forgive yourself for that, because it was still a divine creation. And maybe it didn't come out the way you had expected or wanted to, but there's hidden gifts and hidden lessons in everything. And when we can fill our heart with forgiveness, especially for ourselves, you know, even when it has to do with other people, it's forgiving ourselves for our part of the energy that creates room for the most healing. Thank you for that. A lot of us needed to hear that. All right, Ellen. So Ellen, you have the Earth Angel card. So the Earth Angel card is to remind you that you're not alone and that there are other people here to love and support you. And they're not always people that you expect. You know, we are all Earth Angels. There are times when we are used, which is kind of the wrong word, but we get to be the divine messenger for somebody else. We get to say the thing that somebody else needs to hear to shift and help them heal, help them grow. And there are times when we need to allow other people to be the Earth Angel for us. You know, it's really easy to dismiss what someone else is saying, but if you knew in a particular instance that the divine was speaking through someone directly to your soul, would you dismiss it? So allow space for those Earth Angels to come in, sweetie, and to give you the messages your team has been trying to share with you. Another one we all needed to hear. All right, Carol. This seems to suit you. This is the Nature card. I can really feel this one. I feel this really strong pull, like, girl, you've been cooped up too long. You need to get outside and soak up some nature healing. Reconnect with your nature team and all the elementals. It's funny that we get so busy doing that we forget the things that feed our soul. And you are really connected to nature in a number of different ways. So whatever you do in nature to really, it's like you need to fill your soul. You need to replenish your nature energy. It's really depleted. It's like if you were deficient in a vitamin, I'd give you a supplement. So it's like a nature supplement. You need your nature supplement. I think I said that last week too to somebody. So with the nature supplement, it's like, okay, sit outside, go for a walk, go to the water, whatever connection you have with nature, work out in a garden, lay down in the grass, whatever it is, take time to do it. Because sometimes it's harder for people to connect to nature when we get into the colder weather. So enjoy this time when you can still get out and still connect. Even if it's just a few minutes at a time. I had one of my mentors a while ago say like 20 minutes in a day is enough to replenish your energy, often for about a week. So what if we stored up our energy and we did 20 minutes a day to get us through those, super rainy days or super hot days or the cold days later on? Start building your nature reserve energy. All right. Rob. Hi, of course. Love the what you know, Polly Joe. Nice card for you, the abundance card. So I'm feeling some energy shifting for you. Congratulations. So how can you tap into abundance right now? What are you creating an abundance of? Are you creating new songs? Are you creating new friendships? Are you creating new ways for money to flow to you or through you? Abundance can come in many different forms, but it's that sensation of, everything's coming up roses. And so whatever seeds you've planted to connect to manifestation and abundance, they're flowering at this time. So when we're in abundance flow, it's like ride the wave, use the energy, really connect. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Say thank you for every last little thing that comes to you that keeps you in abundance flow. Every green light that you make it through, every beautiful parking space you have, every meeting you get through faster and quicker than you ever expected. All of those things can really shift and create an abundance, even if it's an abundance of free time that you can do what you want to with. Really be in that grateful space, and the abundance is really going to flow even more so. I just see all of these flowering plants. So nice. All right, Christy. All right, you have the gateway card, my dear. I was talking about the central gateway yesterday on the Chakra Sessions show that I did at noon. It's the doorway, the gateway to our higher self. So the gateway is our connectedness to our soul. And it's where we can access universal knowledge without the emotional, energetic attachment. And when we learn how to open our gateway and connect through the gateway, it's like opening the door to what is coming forth for us. But we need to understand that when we open that gateway, we may have an emotional response to it. But opening the gateway to our soul is really what we've all been seeking. So when you can let go of the fear of what could be behind door number 1, then, there's not really a booby prize when we're opening the spiritual doorways. So know that no matter what is behind the door, what is through the gateway, it is all you. It is all for your highest best. And when you can be in that really connected place, amazing things can happen. And I shared yesterday that there is an oil for that. My team had me create an essential oil blend that helps you connect to that energy. And it's called the Central Gateway. And you can order it right on my website, trinityhealingsanctuaries.com, or just message me and I can help you with that if you are interested in connecting to that energy. It's quite powerful. So we'll move on. I'm going to have a drink quick. Thank you, Christy. All right, Genevieve, you have the treasure card. I'm so glad you get to be here tonight. This is so awesome. So notice that there's an eye below and an eye above, and the coin in the middle. So the treasure card is having us, it's twofold. You are a treasure, and there's also a treasure awaiting you. And often this is not monetary. It is quite often a gift that you've been waiting to receive from the divine. Now, we can't see the gift, we can't receive the gift if we're not looking. And when we're looking, we're aware. We want to be in this place where we're aware of our surroundings, we're aware of what is happening around us, and we are aware of our spiritual team and how it's trying to connect to us. And when we're in that place, then the gifts are allowed to get to us quicker. And when our team is reminding us that we are a treasure, remember, we are the divine spark that someone else needs or many other people need. When we shine our light brightly in our true self and in our true purpose, then we are a beacon for a number of other people. So you are that treasure for a number of other people as well. So hold that space of you are super worthy, and that sometimes you're the gift and sometimes you receive the gift. But when we're in gratitude for either, then we get both over and over and over again. All right? Nice. Okay, Dinah. Your card, my dear, is resolution. That's good. If you've been having like really tumultuous things going on, sweetie, resolution is great because it means, okay, things are coming to an end. There is finally an answer. There's finally a conclusion. It's no longer this open-ended, never-ending story. And the resolution doesn't mean that it's going to be necessarily positive. It just means it's going to finally be done. And when there's conflict, lots of times there's got to be this coming together to compromise. It's letting go the need to be right, or making someone else wrong. The resolution comes when we both agree to disagree. But we're willing to come together on this thing. We're willing to work together on this thing right now. And when we release that right and wrongness, then the weight of the conflict releases from everyone involved. And there's been tug of war energy too. I can feel this tug of war energy for you. And sometimes with the tug of war, it's this competition. What happens when you drop the rope? Right? You drop the rope and you're not pulling anymore. The other person may fall over, right? But the game is done. It's over. So maybe it's time for you to drop the rope and say, okay, enough's enough. How can we compromise? Because this isn't getting us anywhere. All right. Good job. All right. Jan. Of course. Your card, my dear, is gratitude. Another one of the beautiful flower cards with the beautiful sky. So the gratitude card is just reminding you that so much healing happens for us when we fill our heart with gratitude, when we can find all the things that we are thankful for. And a practice in gratitude can go a long way. When you can every day name off things that you're grateful for. When we get into that practice, then every single day we can find thing after thing after thing to be grateful for. And to be grateful for our spiritual team and how much they guide us and lead us through our life and our life's journey and our soul's work. And the more grateful we are for what is being given to us or what we've gotten through, and the more our team will bring us things to be grateful for. We all know when someone says thank you, you're more likely to help them again in the future. But if someone doesn't take the moment to say thank you, you hold the door open for somebody and they just walk right through. How likely are you to hold the door for the next person? Maybe you will the next time, but you'll be thinking of that person who didn't say thank you. So the divine holds those doors open for you over and over again. just take the time to say thank you. Fill your heart with that gratitude, and they will hold the door open over and over for you. All right, Martina. Of course, your card is choice, my dear. And choice comes up when we literally have a choice to make. There's multiple pathways, there's multiple choices, or maybe there's only two, but we get stuck. We stop because we get caught up in the ego brain, which says there's a right choice and there's a wrong choice. And there may or there may not be, but the reality is that we're given choices, and either choice will grow your spirit. So in terms of the divine energy, there is no wrong choice. If you want to choose what's right for you in this moment, how about using muscle testing? How about using your body as a pendulum? And sometimes it's just, sitting up straight and taking a moment and breathing and saying, okay, body, can you show me yes? And for me, leaning forward means yes. And body, can you show me no? And leaning back means no. And it's like, okay, so is choice A the best choice for me right now? No. Is choice B the best choice for me right now? Oh, I forgot to show you. That's maybe. Is there a choice C? Yes. Is choice C the best for me? Yes. So when you have three choices, you would go with choice C in that moment. Doesn't mean the other choices aren't fine for you. They're going to teach you a soul lesson. But do you want to choose the lesson that's going to move you more quickly? That's my choice often. What's going to move me through my soul's journey and get me to the next point most quickly? All right. So try that. And you can use an actual pendulum too to do that. All right. Hi, Lindsay. I hope to see your beautiful face soon in person. Haven't seen you in a while. And I know you're far away, but I'm holding space that I'll see you soon. So your card right now is Everlasting Life. So this card, sweetie, is reminding you that you are a divine being, that there is no time, that there's no beginning, there's no end. We get caught up in, I have to do this at this particular time. That's the only time to do it. But there is no time, right? I mean, there is when we're here in this physical construct in the earth plane, but we continue on, right? So there is no death in that energy. And when we release all of that fear that the constraints of time or living or dying create for us, then we forget that we're this eternal being. So your team is just trying to remind you you're an eternal being, and an eternal being whose energy and lessons are going to happen in their own divine timing. They may not happen on this earth plane exactly when we want them to. So breathe into the energy of you are creating what is best for you and highest for your good, and that the divine knows what it's doing. Release all that doubt, and that there is no time. For the divine, there is no time. So if we can just let that go, we're everlasting love, we're everlasting light, and we are the divine, then those physical constructs of the earth plane start to melt away, and they stop putting so much pressure on us. You've got all the time in the world. All right. Bobby. Miss Bobby. How you doing? So, Bobby, your card is acceptance, my dear. And the acceptance card comes in when it's like, all right, this is what's going on. And we need to be okay with that. Well, we don't need to be. We can be horrible about it. But if we can find a way to be okay with it, if we can find a way to accept, this is what my life's journey is right now. This is what my life's lesson is right now. And there is a beautiful gift that's going to come out of that. But I love me and my body and my soul's journey right now, even if I don't understand it. Because when we can get to that place of acceptance, then we experience a spiritual growth spurt, which is what you're about to do. But it can't happen until we learn acceptance and patience. Boy, isn't that a pain, right? They're two of the biggest lessons that we have to learn how to do over and over and over again. So right now you're in the phase of accepting that this is what's going on. And I can't change it, but I can hold space and be present for it. And remember, you have a ton of spiritual beings that are here to help you. And also you have a number of earth angels that you are connected to. Connect to your healers, connect to your friends, connect to your massage therapist, your acupuncturist, your chiropractor, whoever helps you move your energy so that you can feel held and supported. All right? All right, my dear. Barbie. Yes, your card is Awakening. Yay! So the Awakening card is just a reminder that, you know, you're spiritually in this place where you're opening up new energy. You're opening new pathways for energy to flow and transform you and your life right now. So it's kind of like there's parts of you that have been asleep. And you're getting that tingly sensation of like, oh, my leg was asleep. You're having that tingly sensation of energy that's starting to come on and online and wake up for you. And, you know, sometimes it's really subtle and sometimes it's right in your face. But it feels more like you're having a gentle tingling, waking up kind of energy. And so be mindful of the fact that, you know, sometimes our spiritual gifts start to open a little more. Our abilities to connect, our intuition may start to evolve, and just allow space for this evolution of your soul as it starts its little growth spurt. Okay? Because that's always a cool thing. More energy, more flow, and a fuller being. Woohoo! All right, Lynn, of course. Your card is Contribution. Look at that heart at the root of that tree, blossoming all these heart leaves. So when the contribution comes up, it's like reach into your heart and see how you can be of service. How can you contribute to your community, to your family, to society? To, you know, it's we all have a gift to give. We all have a gift to share. And how can we share it? How can we get it out there to more people? How can we be in service to more people? You know, and some people feel service can be a burden. But this is really about you getting to be you and having opportunities for more people to see who you truly are, Lynn. And that is a contribution. And sometimes we do that by helping others. You know, we volunteer for things, or we step out of our comfort zone and we say yes to something that scares us a little bit, but we also know we're drawn to it and we're meant to do it. Sometimes it's, writing for the local newspaper, or it's, or creating a blog that other people can read about your experiences and sharing you so it can help others heal. So get out there and find your way to contribute, because we need you. All right, Christine. So Christine, your card is realization. And the realization card is that aha moment. Those aha moments of like, oh my goodness, this is what's been going on. So there's been a lot of churning energy, and you're coming into this moment where you're going to have a sense of knowing about this is what's been happening. This is what's been unfolding. This is what my lesson was. This is what I needed to learn. I had to learn patience. I had to learn how to say no. I had to learn to just love, accept, and forgive myself for everything that I went through when I was younger. And, I did the best I could in those moments. And when we have that moment, it's like, oh my gosh, there really is nothing I could have done differently. Or this is what's been unfolding all this time. It's the hidden gift. And the realization is, oh, that real straightforward knowledge of that's what this was all about. And it brings us serenity, it brings us peace, and most of all, it brings us closure. And closure can be a really good way for us to release old, stuck, dense energy. So look for that aha moment. Make sure you journal it and ground that energy so that it stays and it clears and you can step into a fuller place. All right, Michelle. Of course, your card is self-mastery. Woohoo! So the self-mastery card comes when you're really learning, you've learned a lot of skills, and you've accumulated a lot of knowledge, and you're learning how to apply it to you, to your everyday life. And when we start to become more of a master in our own life, in our own journey, then we have knowledge that we can share with other people. So, there's a lot of us who are, afraid to say, well, I'm a master whatever, a master teacher, a master this, because that sounds conceited, or it sounds, condescending, or whatever inner critic thing is floating over there. But the reality is that when we've been working and growing and learning, we have achieved a level of mastery, and we have journeyed farther than some other people, or we've been through more lessons than some other people. And when we're in that place, we have the opportunity to turn to the people who haven't done that part of the journey and help them along. Because all we have to do as a master is know more than our student. As a teacher, if we just have a little more wisdom that we can share with our student, then they have learned something from us, and we have helped them in their journey towards self-mastery as well. So as you're starting to hold this self-mastery, start looking for the ways that you can help others begin to achieve that as well. Cool. All right, Joanne. Okay, Joanne, you got the Divine Companion. So the Divine Companion comes in to remind you that you have one. We all have one. We all have a bunch. But sometimes we feel the presence of the one. And so it may be your guardian angel. It may be one of your spiritual teachers or your guides, but there is one particular companion who's been with you for your whole lifetime and many lifetimes before, who's done this journey with you. And they've walked with your soul this whole time. And so whenever you have those moments of loneliness or sense of being alone or having no one to reach out to or no one to talk to, sit down and connect to your divine companion, whether you do it in meditation or in automatic writing, but you're not alone. You have this best friend that's been journeying with you this whole time, who has nothing but unconditional love for you, who holds no judgment, and who just wants to be part of your presence and to help guide you and really to hold your hand when you need it. So reach out and don't forget to connect to that energy, because I really feel this strong presence. And for me, I'm sensing it on the right side behind your right shoulder. Okay. All right. Shirley, of course you can have a card. So your card, dear, is shelter. Notice the two trees are kind of holding each other up at this moment in this drawing. And what it's saying is there's times when we need to seek shelter. And what provides you with that safe cocoon? And it doesn't have to be like a house or that kind of thing. But like for me, I love the ocean. I'm particularly fond of Maine, and most of you guys know that. And so when I go to Maine, and really I can go almost anywhere along the coastline, and when I'm there, I just feel held. I feel safe. I feel cocooned. And it's a place where, in that sheltered place, I can really let go of energy I'm holding on to. I can open space for all my emotions to flow. If I need to release grief or anger or any of that, I can do this in this safe space. So this is inviting you to find your safe space. Some people, it's out in the middle of the woods or a particular pathway, or maybe it's this really cool spa near your house. But where do you feel safe, held, and cocooned, where you don't have to pretend to be someone else? Where can you let all your emotions flow? All the stuff you've been holding on to, where can you cry it out, laugh it out, scream it out, to get it moving? And so find that sacred space for you, and maybe a good, friend or loved one who can be there with you and help you move this energy, because it's like you need this sacred space to really let go, because you have stuff that really wants to go, but you've been really good at controlling it and keeping it in check, and it's like you don't have much time before this whole volcano of energy is going to go. So find that sacred container where you can just let her rip, sweetie, because you are going to feel so much better on the other side. All right. I don't know if that's Bianca or Blanca. So I'm sorry, whichever one it is.
It's Blanca.
Bianca?
Blanca.
It's Blanca. Okay. All right. Thank you, Neshi. It's Blanca. It's hard to read on the screen for me. I probably need some glasses on for that one. So, sweetie, your card is forever present. Notice it's a tree, but it's an angel. So there's this grounded presence that is with you at all times. And there is an angel who is with you. I mean, it's just like the companion card that we were talking about, that your guardian angel never leaves your side. They're here to help you stay rooted, to stay grounded and to be able to be present in your own life. And what does that mean, be present? It means that you're safe to be you. You're safe to feel all of your feelings. None of them are right or wrong. You just get to have them. And you are constantly held. And it's like your angel is standing right behind you as opposed to off to the side. And whenever you need it, they'll wrap their wings around you, hug you, hold you, and be there for you. So again, you're not alone. And it's so hard sometimes if we are not a feeler or a seer to sense that companion who's with us, but hold untrust in that knowledge and invite that to be part of your truth so that you can feel that grounded presence to help you through any of the difficult things that you may be going through. Because I feel like this angelic being is really grounding you, helping you stand on your own 2 feet. Because sometimes it's hard when we're going through life's lessons to stay on our own 2 feet. All right. There you go, sweetie. All right, Minnie. Of course, it's not too late. So your card, my dear, is new beginnings. That you are. So new beginnings, new nature adventures. New things that are flowing for Miss Minnie. So, you've gone through this big move. And of course, it's a new chapter and it's a new beginning. It's almost like, well, of course, it's new beginnings. But there's a new flavor, a new version of your work that is also evolving. A new way you're going to bring Minnie to the planet. The move has created an upgrade for you, and it's shifting how you're going to do your work, how you're going to do your writing, how you're going to do your shows, how you're going to do your guided tours and your teachings. It's almost like you're back to the drawing board. Like, okay, how can I do this differently? And allow yourself space, because they're bringing in some marvelous new opportunities that you haven't ever thought of before. So breathe some space into that. You've got your beautiful soul sisters who will hold your hand and be there for you while you're creating this. Hold the intention with you so that you can manifest some amazing new version of Minnie and what you do and bring to the planet. Wow, I love this for you. I look forward to finding out what that is. Thank you. All right, Jacqueline. Of course. Jacqueline, your card is action. Look at all that swirling energy. Phew. So the action card often comes when we've been stuck for a while. We've had to sit still. We've had to be patient. And we've done our best not to react to other people and their situations. We're just trying to hold our own space. But there comes a point in time when it's time for us to dive in. It's time for us to move forward. And it's time for us to take matters into our own hands. So what I'm feeling for you is you've had some different ideas percolating, and you know what feels best within your being. Go do that. And don't wait. Like, chop, chop. Because you've been patient. You've been sitting on the sideline. Now it's time to get in the game. And it's time to not only get in the game, but it's your turn to run with the ball. So do that and really move forward and know that that's what you're supposed to be doing. It's not time for you to be sitting on the sidelines. And And it's not time for you to pass the spotlight off to someone else. It's time for you to be the center of attention and for you to go for it. And thank you for holding space for so many other people for so long, but cut it out. It's time for you. All right. All right, Andrew. Your card, Andrew, is Pathways. So I'm seeing like you have a bunch of choices that are coming up right now. A couple of different ways that you can do your work, your life, your experience. And they're all right for you, which can make it really difficult to actually choose. It's just a matter of what thing do you feel like it's the biggest priority in your life right now? Is it your career? Is it your family? Is it your personal life? Is it your spiritual practice? There's all of these places where you can go and start to move. And it's hard. We get caught because we're sort of standing at the crossroads and we're not sure. Actually, it feels more like Alice in Wonderland, where you're standing there and there's a bunch of doors and they're all different, but you don't know which one to open. Each one will lead you to something new and wonderful in your life. So it doesn't matter which one you choose, and you're not going to lose the opportunity for the other doors because they will reappear again when the timing is right. So invite in whichever one feels the best to you. Use your pendulum, use your muscle testing, feel which choice or which is what is most in alignment with your soul's journey right now, and go with that and release any doubt. That's what I keep hearing all night. Stop doubting it. Just go for it. All right. And let me know if you need any help with that. All right, Julie. Your card, dear, is the Timeless Earth. And this is the reminder that, again, time is relevant, right? And when we focus too much on time, then time becomes our focus. And instead, if we focus on, getting tasks done or moving forward on the next assignment that we've got, and releasing any time deadlines, we will actually finish them sooner than those times that are set by people. It's really hard for me to explain. What I'm seeing is other people have boundaries around time that aren't relevant for you. If you remember that you are timeless and that time will stretch for you if you need it to, it will speed up for you if you need it to, that there is no real time, then you don't have to waste your time worrying about time. So really be in this place where everything is going to happen exactly as it's supposed to. Because I feel like sometimes other people's expectations can weigh you down or create anxiety for you. And then that squeezes the air and airflow out of your breath, which makes it hard for you to align with the flow of time. Phew, that was a little complicated. Hope you got that. I hope you understood that. All right, Emily, your card, thank you for loving and sharing it. Your card is Illumination, my dear. Woohoo! Light that stuff up. It's time for you to be, illuminated and illuminate the pathway for other people. When we have illumination, we have this divine aha moment, and if we were in a movie, we would hear the angels singing that it came through, right? And in that illuminated space, we're like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm supposed to do. And this is how I'm supposed to do it. Or this is the answer to the question we've been asking. And it lights you up from the inside out. And when you're in that illuminated state, your light is shining like a beacon for everyone else. And you light the way for them to find their own answers and their own truth. And it becomes like a domino effect. So as soon as you're starting to feel that awakened, illuminated energy, get out there and share it with other people. I don't care if you just, click on your Facebook and go live and be like, wow, I had this really cool realization today and I wanted to share it with as many people as I could. Then you're sharing your light and you're spreading it out there and allowing other people to feel that, resonate with that, and create that for themselves. All right. Nice job. Okay, Deborah, I need a sip of my drink. All right. Not too late. Persistence. Woohoo. Those of you who wait till the end, right? You have persistence. You're willing to hang in there. You're going to keep on keeping on. And you have that staying quality, that ability to really stick to a task and really stick to your spiritual journey and not give up. And your team wants to give you a pat on the back for the way you just keep going and don't give up. And boy, there's times when other people would have just thrown up their hands and been done with it. But not you. You just keep on keeping on. And that really pays off in the long run. And sometimes it feels like we're moving at a turtle's pace. But at any moment, if we looked backward, it would be like we wouldn't believe how far we've come. And so even though it feels like you may not be getting like the movement that you would like, there's so much movement that you have gone through and created. And again, they really want to make sure you take a moment to give yourself credit for all that you've done, all that you've gone through, and all that you've accomplished, because you've really just kept at it. And a lot of people just don't have that stamina these days. All right, my dear. Taylor, of course, you have the Unity card. And the Unity card comes in when it's time for us to gather our energy together, to call all of the parts of us back home and start to unite within ourselves. And when we do that, we create unity in our friendships, in our families, and in our relationships beyond. But when we feel disjointed and not whole, then we can't share our whole self with others. So like I'm seeing here for you, the multiple faces. So I'm hearing, that you're calling all of your archetypes home. You're bringing in all of your character profiles and starting to hone them in and start to hold them as Taylor holds them. And as you unify yourself within you, and notice it's being very rooted in the root chakra in your tree, you really will start to feel comfortable within your own skin, if that makes sense. You'll start to feel at home with who you are, and you'll stop worrying about other people's approval or acceptance, and you will be able to feel at peace. So start thinking about, how can I call all of me back home, create unity within myself so that I can recreate that unity in my relationships with others. Nice. All right. Okay, Jackie. Your card, my dear, is blessing. So the blessing card is always twofold. Your team is reminding you what a blessing you are for other people. The way you are an earth angel, the way you help others, the way you are present and listening and holding space. And because of that, they're inviting you to notice all the ways that there are blessings being given to you every day. Other people, beautiful sunsets, your morning coffee, whatever brings and fills you with that joy or that calmness, those are the little blessings that your team is trying to share with you. And the way for those blessings to multiply is for us to be in gratitude and say thank you for all of them. And when we are filled with gratitude, then we share gratitude and show others how to feel gratitude simply by being around us. They're like, wow, I'm really thankful for the conversation we had, or I'm really thankful that you took time for me today, right? And how does that feel for you? And how does that feel for the other? So there you have it. Make sure you remember you're the blessing and to look for all the blessings around you. Janet. So your card is the truth card, my dear. Of course. And the truth card is one of those cards, that comes in, it seems like a no-brainer, right? It's time for the truth to be unveiled. It's time for the truth to be spoken. Easier said than done. We are a culture that is taught to lie from the time we are little. How are you doing? Fine. What happened to your homework, or why are you late for school? Well, you can't say that you've overslept, which is usually the reason. You're encouraged to lie. So this is about, how do you open your throat back up? How do you speak your actual truth? How do you finally say what needs to be said? How do you say no to someone that you've said yes to for a long time, but they wear you down? And how do you stand in your heart center and speak your truth? Because that's what's ready to happen for you. So when you are in situations where you need to have some difficult truth spoken, really tap into your heart energy. See how wide open you can open your heart in the moment so that your truth can actually be heard by someone else. When we're shielded, when we're collapsed energetically, when we're not allowing somebody near our heart, they feel that shielding and they wonder why you need to be like that, so they can't really hear what you're trying to say. And boy, isn't that frustrating when we're trying to just speak our truth and the other person just won't hear us. Often it's because our energy is shielded or their energy is shielded so that the truth can't get through. But speak it anyways, because it will sit in their vibration until they're ready to receive it. It will come through. It will get through to them at some point, just maybe not in that moment, but it will take the weight of the world off your shoulders if you actually start using your authentic truth and speaking it and expressing it. All right, we all need to do that. Thank you for that. And I think that was the last card. So we're going to share Neshi's card this evening. Cool card. I don't know that I've ever drawn this. This is the Ingenuity card. All right, time to put on your genius hat, right? So what crazy thing are you creating now? Because some really cool genius energy needs to come in, or is trying to come in, to create something in a brand new way. It's never been done this way. But there's a part of you that knows it can be done easier, that it can be done more efficiently, and that it doesn't have to be such a pain. And so tap into that genius energy and allow that to come through, because the new creation feels amazing. Woo! All right, guys. So that is it for this evening. That is Soul Connections. I'm your host, Jo Labbé. Thank you so much for being here with us this evening as part of Star Nations Radio Network and all of our live stream TV shows that are here on Be Live TV and part of Facebook land. If you are looking to move forward on your spiritual journey, join us here for any of our shows. They're all about transformation, and they're all spiritual teachers who are here to guide you on the next leg of your spiritual journey. And you can check us out every day, basically, of the week. There is a show available to you. And so if you haven't liked Star Nation's community Facebook page yet, that's where you can get all our information. And if you're interested in taking classes like the one with me in person in Tomah, Wisconsin at Star Nations Academy this October, then like the Star Nations Academy page, because then you'll be caught up on all the great course offerings that are being held through our network. And with that, guys, I hope you have a blessed rest of your week. And thank you for helping me with my mission to heal the healers by sharing and loving this broadcast and being present to do your own healing. Mwah. Catch you next time. Bye.